let's do page 57.
57.
Cherubic hymn.
Oh, okay, that's what Melania did, right?
Uh-oh.
Or did you do that? No,
She
Melanie.
did well.
No.
Okay.
And then glance down. You could move it further
Maybe a
away.
little yeah.
Yeah. But anything that interferes with the movement
with
of
the
the
hand, yeah.
arms, yeah. Otherwise, you turn into a children's choir director, you know.
Or a T-Rex.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
So soprano, what voice are you singing?
Whatever's needed. I can do alto.
You're alto? Soprano? Well, you need to switch then. Well, alto we need from you, yeah. So maybe if you could switch chairs so that we would have a... Okay. Where's Nick? Bass?
Okay, page 57.
Stick to the baritone part. Wait, I mean, you know what I mean? Just so they hear you. In a...
I'm gonna beat this in 4. Oh, yeah.
We're starting with let us,
Yeah,
right?
yes.
Okay. I just have to switch to my appellation here and say that you are one inspired conductor.
It is easier when you just get into the music. And then the rest is learning how to make your body go with it.
Yeah. So, from a conducting point of view, let me ask you a question. When did you feel most in control? When did you feel least in control? What junctures in the music?
I honestly don't know that I felt I was more into the music than I felt like I was in the music, but maybe not drawing everyone
that addresses a really fundamental issue, like, are you conducting us or yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think I conducted myself.
Right, and which was actually inspiring in some places. It drew us into that. Okay, so that's number one. You do have to connect with the ensemble, and you have to conduct actual tone, what we're producing. You know? It's not abstract.
Yeah,
that's number one. Yeah. But number two is did you feel any moments in the singing when you were out of control?
A little bit, second system toward the end, and then the third system in the middle, because then I looked down at the music and freaked out because, there's eighth notes and how do I conduct this? Okay. And then, there's another part coming. So I got in my head. Okay, I'm getting at a really simple thing. In some places, your cutoffs changed the pulse. You either added a fermata or you actually kind of abbreviated things. But it seemed to me that you weren't clear yourself how long you want to hold it and how the cutoff affected the next entry. So this would go to the fermata exercise that we practiced, but the most standard is the Bach chorale cantata. Give us a B, please. Just sing a B, just a note B. And just do what I ask you to do. Okay? So the cutoff was the preparation for the end. Do it on da and da. Okay? So that's one way to control a situation like here, right? Yep. So the cutoff is the preparation for that. Let's play the second system, third bar, E major chord, and bim. B. Okay? Just practice that. 2, 3, off. Okay, once again, I cut you. Once again. Beam 2, 3, off. And a bigger. So the fourth beat is going to be the cutoff. And the cutoffs, my friends, are always out or towards the choir, but that's not effective towards the choir as much. And I addressed this last time because this gesture to the wind section or to the choir is not as meaningful as this gesture or this gesture. This axis is useful for cellos and violins. You get what I'm saying? So cutting off the choir this way, sing da and da. Sing together and da. There's another again. Da. Both work, right? But just be aware of the fact that this reaching to the choir is less effective in terms of communication. Now let's do this again, that cherubim, third bar, please, E major, and bim, off, 1. So the cutoff is the preparation for the next beat. Bim, ba, okay? Got it, yep. Now, the next aspect of that is, do you need to beat those beats? Try that again, please, and just watch, and bim. We don't need to do bim, right? Okay, yeah. So that's one situation. That's the same thing there. Well, the end of represent, you want a breath there? Probably not.
Did you want a fermata here?
Fermata there, yes.
Okay, good. So that addresses, how big of a break do you want before the fourth beat?
I think.
Bim, off. Or if you hold it, bim, the chair.
I'd say not as long because it's a continuing sentence.
Okay, so you don't want
a fermata, but not.
Okay, so it's going to be if you're putting a fermata on it, it's going to have at least one extra beat, right? So it's going to have 4 beats, right? Look. B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Got it.
Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That added even more.
Yeah.
So in your mind, the clock's still going. You can't just hold it forever, right?
Yeah.
So let me do it a few ways. Bim and bim. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Or let's make it longer. Bim. The chair. Practice that. Playing with the length of the dotted half note.
Let's start at cherubim.
No. Start
Just
right at
bim?
Are we on measure 8?
We're on measure
Third system, second bar.
System, so we're on.
So it's, what is that, 13, 17? I can't read.
Measure 18.
18.
Extend the arms a little forward, home base. There you go. No. When you hit the fermata, you don't need to conduct anything.
Oh, got it.
Look.
Okay.
Bim, bim. I mean, it's monotonous in the bim. And in your head, you're counting, but you're not showing each because they're not doing anything.
Got it.
Why'd you stop? The cutoff is the preparation. So get the timing. Watch. Bim. Ba. The cutoff is like a preparation for an entrance. Try that. Good. You can actually breathe. But look at us this time. You're like Karajan. You're like. You're going off into this inspired space. So do it with me, Bim. Bim, 2, 3. And breathe. The chair. Breathe before the cherubim. Bim. The. Got it, right? Okay. Was that clear? Was that clear, folks? Okay. Where's another place? Here.
Okay, here.
Why did you stop there?
Because I got freaked out by another
Sol, do, si, sol,
and then I lost my place.
Okay, so you
that's-
want
I
it,
messed
you
up
want
in
that connected,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
I just messed up.
So, folks, this applies to all of us. When we're altering, when we want a longer note value, the question we have to ask is, do we want to change the pulse? Right? Do we want to change the speed of the pulse? Is it going to be slower or longer? So really, you should try to avoid doing that unless the score demands it, unless the composer says it tenuto, or there's some musical logic. You don't change the pulse for long note values, and you don't need to conduct them if there's nothing happening. Take it from the top and see if you can incorporate these cutoffs and preparations. And look at us. You're not clear yourself what you want.
Yeah, I didn't. I
big,
freaked again.
Big.
I was in the wrong
Do you want a breath or no?
No, I was.
Well, there's a comma in the text.
My eyes were in a different place than mine.
You were off into your nirvana, I know. Cherubim is a comma, though. Do you want a breath or no? Bim,
Yes, just knowing.
the chair, or it's a principal decision. Do you want a breath or no?
No. Let
Okay.
us mystically represent the cherubim.
Then you don't need to cut off anything. Okay, so bim, 2, 3, the chair. Hold off. Keep going, man. Nice. Breath or no breath? Good. Hold. Cut off. Good. You got it. You got it. You got it. That's good. That's good. Now, let's just add a little, if we have time. Let's add a little bit of, this is kind of special, right? Mm-hmm. You want to do something there, right? So that's where you could do more legato. More legato. Start with mystically, please. That'll be the
10, 11, measure 12.
Yep. About. So if you're marking time, let me show you from here. Same place, please, and now just make that phrase, shape it by the amplitude of your gesture. You want it to get louder, you add a legato, and you increase the size of the beat pattern, and then and make the gesture smaller at the end. Start same place. No, but see, you kind of put it there, and it just look, take the sound. It's here. You want to live inside of it. You're kind of going down, and just like, okay, you guys do it. You guys do it. You guys do it. I'm going to be off in my artistic. Yeah. Just put it there, and the sound that comes, think of sound that comes from the choir as being precious. You know, there's just something about that. It's endearing that everyone in the choir is producing a sound, and they're offering it. You have to take that. I mean, there's love involved. You know, you have to love that sound. Connect with it. Increase the size and smaller. Yes. Bravo. That's it. Thank you so much.
You know what? That's the Greek part. It is interesting. I apologize to my director. When you look up and people are in their music, it does.
It's demoralizing.
It is. It's like
what?
Hey. No, it is interesting from this side.
You're really connected with the group right now. Did you see the response? There was. I'm not going to mirror the Democratic Convention, but there was joy in the room. Yeah. And one thing that a no-no is when you want to do things, don't sit down and do this. Everything has to be from the standing position. You know, that you don't need to do that. It's there. You know, in the context where I was learning, you never ever squat. It's just not allowed, and you never walk around. That's totally amateurish from a conducting point of view. This is your space, and you work within that space. You know, you don't see surgeons kind of walking around. Well, I think go start here. You know, they plant themselves and they do their work. There's that thing about conducting where you create your energy space. The minute you walk out of it, you lose that energy space. Do you understand? You lose the capacity to draw people into that. The beauty of conducting is the synergy, you know. And it was so cool what you just did, because the last time you did it, there was this connection. That's the beauty of it. Yeah, bravo, bravo. Good work. Okay, next. She got it out of the way.
Page 70.
70. Oh,
17? 70.
Oh,
70.
70.
70.
Okay.
Oh, this is a little gem.
So I will try quarter note. I did practice cut time, but maybe it's going to be better if I take it a bit slower and try
You also
quarter
see
notes.
that the composer kind of told you what
Slowly,
to do.
yes, yes.
No.
Is
He
it-
gave you a metronome marking to a quarter note.
Okay,
If a composer wants something else, he'll have half note equals 40.
okay.
He'll write that. But anyways, that's just, yeah.
I found it a bit easier to do less movements, but maybe I'll see how it goes with the quarter. Okay.
You have to ask for pitch. Oh, don't do that.
How do you do you?
Don't do that with a choir. Don't train a choir to give you, you know, don't do that. Train the choir to grab their pitch, and you have to spend the time on that musicianship with them, because their hearing is going to improve tremendously. I'm not, you're just doing what you're used to doing, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's just, don't spoon feed all that. Just give them the chord and let them figure it out. So, you know, there's the general impression, and then there's the conducting technique aspect of it, okay? So the general impression is that I had, and maybe you can get the response from the singers and from your colleagues, is you had very clear intentions. You set a very consistent and communicable mood. There was an atmosphere you created. And that's crucial. You know, when you approach a piece of music, you have to create that space within which the music's going to live. You know, it's not a happy, joyful place. It's a place of, it's a meditative place. I have, you know, when you read the text, you're going to read it with care within that space. So that all happened. There was also a sense of phrasing. You did all of that. Now let me talk about the conducting aspect of it, okay? So, what do you do with those half notes? There's just something there, there's too much of that, right? And then half note, again, half note tied to another half note. So you have to figure out what you're going to do on your long note values so you don't create plottiness. It's ti-ta-pa, that thing. I have thee. You sublimate the beat. Thee, autumn, hold it, hold it, hold it. Is there a breath after the fountain?
I would take a breath there.
Take a minute now and mark all your breath marks for yourself, and then you're going to conduct what you want. And be mindful of those places where you don't want a breath.
Yes.
Okay, done. So now let's go through the first phrase with an awareness of providing pulse for the half note, but not over-conducting it, so that we have a sostenuto from the half note to the next quarter note. Okay, much better in terms of passive conducting on the half notes. I'm still unclear between fountain and.
Yes, originally I did want a breath because it's a long hold there.
But you don't want now.
But that it seemed like I'm interrupting the phrase there a little bit.
Yes, it does.
Yeah,
Absolutely. So
yeah.
how do we solve that conducting wise? See, that's the issue.
So I would definitely scratch it here.
Just mark it.
I get
Use your left hand to help you there. This can keep the beat. This one can sustain. And this could carry it over to the next one. So use your right hand, always the beating time hand. Let's try that, you and me. And so, don't sing, let me sing. Do what my left hand's doing. Sol, si, do, si, sol, 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 and if, so, ma, and start again. 2, 3, 4, 1, off. The Can you try that yourself now
Is
without
it
the choir?
reasonable to ask them not to take a breath?
I think totally reasonable, because it creates a beautiful
Yeah,
long phrase. And then this lovely opening to the A minor makes tremendous sense. Can you try that alone? No playing, just in it. By the way, there are several ways to conduct when you're alone. One is silent conducting, when you know the score really well and you're playing it in your head. The next is you're singing a voice thread through the score. You're singing only those parts that you want to sing or that are important to you. And then there is conducting to a recording, which is the least desirable. And the reason it's the least desirable is because you're taking someone else's concept and internalizing it into your vision of the piece. So you want as much internal conducting as possible. It doesn't always have to be silent, right? Or then the play and sing would be another. But do a silent conducting of this now through there. And please watch her so you're following very carefully. Yeah, your hand is just sitting there. So, and turn the hand T and then sustain 2, 3, 4, 1 off like that. Folks, try to move your left hand to the left. Do it to the center, to the left, and up, and down, and to the center. Those are very effective gestures. They're up and down, but T. Sing a note. Don't slide through it. Don't slide through the tone. There's a little resistance on it. That's how you practice. You do that in front of a mirror. You practice that. That's, it doesn't happen automatically. I mean, dancers, they have to do things with their legs and they practice. Okay, try that alone again. Keep going. No. She's doing silent conducting. Go ahead. Start from the beginning again. And. So. Beat with your right hand, the quarter note. You're forgetting to do that. I'll do this, you do that. And so, si, do, si, so, 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 so. Carry it. No, you cut them off. Yeah, and so, si, do. And again, your hold 2, 3, 1, off. Okay, try that. This is hard. It's very hard. It's exactly that. It's exactly that. This. Especially if you're bald, you think, this feels good, This end. This is where you want your left hand. Now carry through. 3, 4, 1. Off. Singing now. much, 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 much better. Much, much better. What I want to ask you to with the left hand, ya-da-dee, and when you get to the G, 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 you start moving with the beat. That's the whole T, T, E, E, E. So work on it. And the other thing is when you want a longer sostenuto with your left hand, start lower. Don't start out here because you have nowhere to go. You're going to start following it up there. Start here. Start and dig in. And here you want to transition into that third beat. That's where it's critical. Sol, la, do, where you don't want a breath. That's where you're really like changing the direction in the legato. That's when you got to help them do that. And now that's number one. And number two is now I need you to take a minute and look through the voicing. Which parts at which points in the score do you want to listen to and bring out? And I'll just give you an example so you understand what I mean. When you have this at the end of the first system, now look at this.
The alto.
Right? Who does that?
The alto. Where?
The basses do that. And you get that before the
Forgive me, where are we? Is it on
Yeah,
the
that's
first?
okay. Pick up to the second system.
Ah, the second system, forgive me, yes.
The last bar measure in the first
Yes,
system.
yes.
Ma, da. This is completely unexpected.
Yes, yes.
It's like a deceptive cadence, isn't it? You want, what you want to hear is tim, bum, pi, because you had that F sharp, but he's giving you an F natural. Tim, po. You had the F sharp in the alto, so now you have an F natural in the basses. That's something you have to bring out, right?
Okay.
An example of that. And look at the last 3 bars. 4 bars. Again, you have the, look at the soprano, alto, that second. You want that, and he continues that. See, pull the tenors through. Look through it now in terms of voice leading, and look at those sections. This is in the category of score preparation, right? What we would do at home. Finding those special moments that do something to your soul, you know? That's what, you know, you invite your ensemble into your sonic world. But that sonic world has to be worthy of their entry. Yeah, come on over here, man, let's have a beer. No, that's not what it is. Bring them into... Oh, then they want to go there. Try it now from the top, the whole thing through. Better. Start low with your left hand. Good. Good for you. Bass. Good for you. Tenor, sustain a tenor. Bravo, 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 bravo. Yeah, did you feel more in control of that? And just about unisons, you know, if you could just do the last two bars for me, please, and. Please, and. Now, prepare the unison, prepare it, and. If you just go, sol, fa, mi, you're going to get a weird unison. Unison is a coming together. So once again, same place, and. Sol, fa, look, pick it up. Make it a listening, expectation of something special happening. Coming into one voice. That's such an amazing, that's an amazing thing. We become one voice. Bring us into that. And the other thing is this, that it keeps opening up to A minor. Do you notice that? And it doesn't stop there. So the tenor is what I keep seeing. It's vern me anta ti sheltered porta ta ti. It always goes to the next bar. Okay? Bravo, bravo, bravo.
It's like I was running out of breath, but I felt like I couldn't take a breath.
Yeah. Prevented you from falling into sin.
Exactly. You saved us from sin.
Yeah. I just have to, Slavic, if you permit me to just embarrass you a little bit, you know, Slavic actually said to me, I don't know if I'm up to conducting this, something to that effect. And I just want to say something affirming to you. You are a complete natural up there, and you draw us into what you're doing. That's a gift. You drew us into your world. That's the essence of conducting, and you have that, you know. So just, you really need to trust that, you know. It's a gorgeous thing. It's a beautiful thing. Okay, next, please.
All right, we'll take up with page 110, where we left off last week. I am doing this in quarters. Pay particular attention to the eighth note passages. The example of one would be measure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 5 on the top score. Then measure 3 on the middle score.
David, I'm going to stop you. Would you rather have us sing, or do you want to talk to us? Show it to us when you get to those eighth notes.
Okay.
And I'm conveying to you the rule in my classroom, or my teacher's classroom. If you stand in front of an orchestra and start talking, he was an 83-year-old man. He would jump out of his seat, shut up, don't talk to him. He didn't let us talk. And it's a cardinal rule because it immediately creates non-musical
Well, I thought this
environment.
was
No.
I thought this is a rehearsal type environment.
No. It's all conducting, but you're on track. Don't let me
All
discourage
right,
you. I'm just
take
saying.
from
What syllable should we sing? So, yeah, not everybody's.
Na.
Okay, you notice that he's in the right key. Did you notice that? All right. you have a clear concept of what you want, and that conveys. And you know what? You picked one of the most beautiful pieces in the packet. So, you know, it's just a joy. What a special piece. This should be sung in multiple languages. So what I want to do is to ask you what I asked Slavice, is to just go through right now and decide exactly where the breaths are and exactly how long the fermatas are. Because you inserted at the top of the second page, third bar, you put a fermata on the third bar, right? Mm-hmm. So those kinds of things, just work it through right now. Okay, so that's in place. For us as conductors, that's the stuff we do at home before we come, right? Okay, that's just so we all understand. And the next thing I would do is to ask you, I'm not going to spend time on it, but how long are your breaths? Fourth system, fifth bar. You see what I'm saying? Exactly what. So what's going to be the note value of that dotted half note? It's really a half note with a quarter rest, isn't it?
It's a dotted half, and then there's a break, so we treat that as a half note.
Half note with a quarter rest. You see how simpler that is for us as conductors, then we know exactly what to do. Now, look at this. Even the architecture is responding to the music. I want to sing too. Take a moment right now and isolate 2 or 3 special moments in the piece. Okay, good. Now, and the third item is going to be very specific, but when you have the tenor leap in the second full bar, I'd like to see it.
Where are you saying? Where are you
Third
speaking
bar.
of? Third bar. Okay.
Because why? 1, 2, bum, 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 bing. They bounce off it. It's wah, ba, dee, da, dee. That's important. And then second system, second bar. Look at the bass and breathe with them. You keep having throughout this piece deceptive cadence. Please, every time that happens, something, you gotta get some goosebumps. Can you, like, you know how actors can cry on demand? I want you to take a moment right now and produce goosebumps.
I got it.
Just produce the goosebumps on your own. Yum, bum. Oh, that's so cool. Something happens there. It's an event. You got to tingle. All right, my friend, do it again now. Oh, and another thing. That's the 6, 10 things I told you. Unison. More stately at top. It's different than the 4-part. And one more thing. Get out of your score. Look at us. You're buried. I mean, there's a lot of music coming out, but you're buried in your score most of the time. All right, let's go. All of that. What's your tempo? That's slower than what you just showed. You went ta-dee-da-dee-da-dee-da-da because your pickup beat jerked. Bum, ba, da. Get the pulse going in your head. Set the pulse. What is it? Show us the pulse. And the preparatory beat then is pum, pi, ro, di, or it's faster. Pum, pim, pum, pum. Pum, pim, pum, pum. Even faster. Pum, pim, pum. Whatever it is, the preparatory beat sets it. Now, if you're conducting a Beethoven symphony, that could be 20 minutes of music with one gesture of the arm. That's a scary proposition. You're stuck. You're stuck. Okay, let's go. Nice. Tenor. Bass. That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. All of us as conductors, we can't be conducting the music just as it's going along and we're having fun. Your job, my job, is to conduct the score. That means that in every bar, there's something you're doing. So look at it. Unison for the first bar. Second bar, you're conducting the tenor and the response with the eighth notes. In the fourth full bar, you're conducting ti-da-dee-da-dee, and the ti-da-dee-da-da. Every bar, there's something to do. And then the bass is ti-da-dee. Bass is coming up. Ti-da-dum. Deceptive cadence coming up. There's so much to do. The more the ear is hooked into the specificity of that, the closer your connection will be to the choir. Let's go. Tenor. Nice. Bass. Bass. Tenor. Okay. There was more. There was more continuity, wasn't there? Didn't it feel like the music was fun? But that fifth bar where you have ti, 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 da, ti, da, da, more lyrical. Ti, da, ti, 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 da, ti, da, bass. Ti, da, ti, bum, ti, ta, dum, bum. You did nothing for the deceptive cadence. You just beat it. David, I'm going to be hard on you. That's the point of it, right? I mean, I know who you are, what you're capable of. Your expectations of yourself have to be high. There's something to do in each bar. Let's just get that whole phrase down, please, from the top. Stop. You never start doing this. Look, you put your hands up and then you go, Pompey. You put your hands up. Body. Now look down if you have to. You forgot the tenors.
They're not there anyway.
Yes, they are.
There's one.
How could he not count? I mean, this is a multi-deck. I mean, he can sing any part. Lyrical. Bass coming up. Bass. Deceptive cadence. No. You don't subdivide the T, Papa, it's T, pum, pum. You want a fermat on that? T, ta, ta, ti, ra, di, ra, di, ra, di. Just practice from T, T. Just practice from the C major, second system, second bar. excellent. That's all we need to do here. We need to just understand the importance of conducting the musical score instead of a pretty piece. There's specific things to do constantly. If you're an instrumentalist, that's all you're concerned with is what am I doing here now, right? I mean, you're a violinist, right? You're always thinking, what's my bowing? What's my articulation? What's my dynamic level? Which part of the bow am I using? Is it a punta di arco? You know, it's tremendous responsibility. Singers are lazy. They're not stupid. They're lazy. They're lazy because they're used to campfire singing. Amazing grace. You know, drunken bar singing. Yeah. Some singers are stupid. Yeah, and so are some instrumentalists. But the issue is the more involved you get with the score, the more you draw them into something. Okay, and now I want to talk about the unison thing. From the top, please. And ti ta ti ta ti ta ta ba di da di. Now lyrica. Ti da di da ti da di da ti 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 di. Pa rom pom pi. Ti da dom ti di di ti. Okay, each bar, different way of beating. Try. Unison, strong, tenor, lyrical, bass coming up, deceptive, 2, 3, unison. Okay, stop right there. Stop right there. Good. Except the half note, the dotted half note. Ti ta ta tim pum. 1, 2, off. Ta da di ra di. The third beat you cut out. It's a half note with a quarter rest. And don't stop the tempo. You have a long note value and stop on it. What do? We're lost. Ti ta ta tim pum. 1, 2, off. Ti ta ti. Build now. Ti rum pum pum pum. The unison has to be awesome. Okay, very nice. Very, very nice. Let's start with second run through. How different is bar 3 from bar 2? Third system, first bar from first system, second bar. What's different? Third system, first bar. How is that different from first system, second bar?
It's, you're doing 4/8 notes in the third system.
You've got a dotted note in the sopranos. So there, ti ta ta ti is on an offbeat, right? One ti ta ta ti, 1 ti ta ta ti, and in the third system it's 1, 2, ti ta 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 ti. You got to show that, right? Little things like that. What time is it? 14:10. Yeah, gosh, each person needs like 40 minutes minimum. I mean, it's just, to get into it. Yeah. So, David, take us through to the end of that fourth system before the middle section. And then in your preparation for that imaginary session we're going to have in the next life on this piece, you're going to provide the form of the piece, harmonic analysis of the piece, and specific voice leading for cues. So I'm not going to yell anything out, but I'd like in those places where I used to yell things out, I need you to look at us. And, you know, when you got something coming up, raise your hand for them. Hello, I need you. David, I need you. You know, so you create the need and you respond. Hey, I'm on top of that, man. I don't need your reminder. I'm right there. You know, anticipate it. Okay, from the top. Cut time. How can you do that in cut? They don't know what to do with that. Maybe if you've performed with this choir you've gone on tour with them, etc., etc., then you can afford. But they need tom pim pom pom ti. It's too vague. That was beautiful, David. Start please with third system downbeat. 1, 2, yum pum pim pum, and. Okay, good. And one more thing now. I'm going to show different ways of doing this from the top. And ti 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 ta ta ti. No, different way. And from the top. Tu 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 tu. There's so much contrast between the unison and the subsequent lyric. It's like, and who's the song to? Who's the hymn to? The Theotokos. So maybe Dostoineus, it is truly meet and right. We have this confidence and faith. Dosto, it is worthy. Tirata. And now the Theotokian feminine, our love. It becomes more precious, more personal, more feminine in a universal way. And all of us have to cultivate the masculine and feminine in our music making. When you listen to Mozart, you don't hear only one. When you listen to Beethoven, he has the lyrical side of him. You know, he has the pa-pa-pa-pee, right? That, da-da-da-da-da. He also, he has the lyrical. The masculine and the feminine, they blend into one personality. The person has to have both of those capabilities to be a conductor. You can't, you'll have a natural tendency for one. George Solti was, right? He was more leaning to the masculine. you know, and that was to the detriment of his lyrical nature. But when you look at a conductor like Carlos Kleiber, you know, he had absolute facility in both realms. And that was so beautiful. He's a complete human being in that sense. Yeah. David, one more time. I want to see your gentle nature. Come on, my friend.
We know you got it. Yeah. Sorry.
Strong. Bass. 1, 2, off. Strong. All right, okay. Yeah. It's so nice to see that, right? I mean, they're not just cheerleading you to make you feel better. They're full of joy right now because they made music with you.
100%.
Yeah. That's so cool. That's why we love conducting, isn't it?